Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're watching me for the first time, my name is Lizzie. Today I'm going to show you all how I was able to achieve this glam on my client, and it's her birthday and she came for a birthday glam. So the first thing I did was to carve her brows. I just put the brows in a more defined and a perfect shape, so I carved the brows. So when you're carving the brow, you need to make sure that you cut out the excess hairs that will be interfering with the normal shape of the brow. So that was what I did. I did that for the top of the brow and also below the brow, and once I was done, I repeated the same thing on the other part of her brow. So make sure that you're not doing too much or too little as well. Next up, I went in with face primer. I didn't actually know how I got to this point because I discovered that I was not recording, so I had to do a skin prep first, and those were the products that I used for the skin prep. I just had to show that. And then for the foundation routine, like I said, I lost some clips, so I just went in with the products that I used for the face. For the clips that I missed, I went in with the products that I used, and in this video I'm using the Nuban foundation for the face, just to give me a more defined look. And I did that for her forehead, her cheekbone, and underneath the jaw, and also the nose. I used that foundation to contour the nose, and this shade is W7, so it depends on the shade that your client or your model has. So you don't want to go in with a foundation or a concealer that is too darker than her face, just something a little bit subtle. Next up, I went in with the Zaron Cosmetics concealer for her T-zone area, which is the underneath the eyes, the forehead, and the jaw. And this is really light. As you can see in the video, she's quite light skinned, so I had to use that to highlight these areas properly. My client is somebody that does not appreciate loud makeup as well. I just had to convince her that this particular one was going to come out nice, she was going to love it, and it was going to suit her face. She doesn't like heavy products on her face, and since I was filming, I needed to do something really nice and good for her. This is actually a returning client, so I wanted something a little bit different that was going to make her face pop and that she was going to love. Next up, I went in with this V Beauty powder palette, and in the areas where I contoured, I went in with the same shade of foundation that I used, but in this case I'm using powder. I went in with a darker shade of powder, and in the areas where I highlighted, I went in with a lighter shade of powder. And I really didn't do too much, since she said she didn't want the whole thing to be too loud and shouty. Now most of my clients are always having this request: I don't want it to be too shouty, it doesn't really fit me at all. So most of the time I try as much as possible to do the makeup according to their request, except it's necessary for me to tell them that, oh, this is what is going to fit you, this is what I think is going to fit you and all. So I had to contour the nose again, just to accentuate the face a little bit. Make sure that you're not going in with a powder that is too light. You really do not want that. You don't want the face to look too different from the neck. Next up, I went in with blush, and this blush is from CPD Cosmetics, and I went in with their orange shade of blush, and then I just moved that, applied that on the forehead as well, and a little bit on the cheekbone as well, just to make the face a little bit colorful and nice. And I applied that on the nose as well, and at this point it was giving a little bit at this point. So I went in with setting powder and I applied this on her T-zone areas, in these areas that you can see me applying them. So you really need to be careful, very very careful, when you are applying products underneath the eyes. So I'm just going to apply this setting powder and allow it to sit for a while, and then go ahead to draw the brows. So at this point I had to use an edge control to put the brows in shape and to set the brows properly, and then once I was done I applied powder on the brows just to set everything properly, and afterwards I picked up my Carrot Cosmetics eyeliner. It comes in a brown and a black shade, and all I did was to draw a thin line underneath the brow, and once that was done I went ahead to draw a thin line above the brow, and I just made sure that everything was properly done. And once that was done I filled up the areas where there are no hairs, so I had to fill that up, and at the end of the day I really loved what I got. So I'm going to let you guys to enjoy the rest of this video until it's necessary for me to come back right in. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do that, because it's going to encourage me a lot and it's going to really build my community. I'm on TikTok at Lizzie's Touch and Instagram at Lizzie's Touch as well, and also on YouTube as Lizzie's Touch, the exact spelling that you can see on your screen. Please do well to follow, do well to subscribe, and also turn on your notification button so that each time I post you get a notification and you'll be the first to know. And just in case you have any requests at all, please don't forget to send them to my DM or chat me privately. So I'm going to let you guys to enjoy the rest of this video, and I'm going to drop a list of some of the products that I used in this video, and you mustn't necessarily get the exact products that I have. If you have anything similar and is original, you can definitely use them and achieve something even better than what I did. So guys, at this point, once I was done lining the lips and blending it properly, I had to go in with gloss because I do love gloss a lot, except if the client says that she doesn't want it. I usually go in with gloss because I feel like it makes the makeup pop and nice. So I went in to highlight her cheekbone just so that the face can pop more and so that the face can be attractive from afar and also at close range. So I applied it on these areas that you can see me apply. In fact, the camera really didn't do justice to what we did. The face was really smooth and really beautiful. She really does not like people touching her facial hairs, and that was why I really did not bother because this wasn't her first time. So I went in with the Sealit fixing spray, and this was what we had. I loved every bit of this particular makeup. It was really nice and she really did love it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope that it was helpful. If it was, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. I'm going to drop a list of the products that I used in the description box below, and also please do not forget to turn on your notification button so that each time I post you get a notification and you'll be the first to know. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.